Hi Virgo, this is Donatella and welcome to my channel, Donatella Empress of Swords. This is your July 2018 forecast. Welcome and thank you guys again for coming. If this is your first time, welcome you guys. At the end of every month, usually what I'll try to do is have an end of month culmination video. So if you guys have a chance, please check out the June video. I was talking about all of the energies, how it affects everyone, and there's different subjects that I talk about. This last month, well, of course, I always talk about astrology, but sometimes I'll throw in extra things in there about the psychology of relationships, or not the psychology, but like how to heal relationships, and what is going on with the energy currently right now. I was talking about also karma, how it's moving much faster, and I was talking about different things that you may really resonate with. So, and also the 6 planets that are in retrograde. So there's 6 planets that are going in reverse right now, Virgo, and one of them is affecting you, and it's not going to let me see here. It's not going to be over with until August 18th. So this is during this time when it is in retrograde, when Mercury is in retrograde, because that is your planet. You're going to start noticing you have the feeling of being alone, feeling confined, repetition, routine, moments of shyness, worry, overly critical of self and others, all work and no play. So if you've had a moment or a chance with others recently and you've been like overly critical, you've been really sharp, this energy, this period is supposed to end by August 18th. It's just because of the energies right now. It's really affecting a lot of people. But also right now we're in the month of Cancer, so people are wanting to feel more motherly, more nurturing, and you have to be careful because also Cancer can be a sign of like overbearing love too, because they want to really securely protect the people that they love. So it could be kind of a sense of like possessiveness too. Be on the look for that. For the last month culmination, end of month for all the signs, I was also talking about Maslow's hierarchy of psychological needs. I printed that out. I wanted to explain a little bit more what that was, and I went to detail on it on that video. And it's basically talking about like what you need as a human being in order to be happy and fulfilled. And before you think about your family, before you think about your relationship, the one on red is the psychological needs. And that one is the most basic. It's breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, and sleep. When a person doesn't have either of those 6 things, a relationship cannot even manifest. It's really, really hard. So it's really important that you guys look at those steps. There's different pyramids on different websites. The one that I like is it's very simple, it's very general, but it gives you like this basic look at what it takes to be really happy as a human being. And this pyramid could also work in a relationship too. So once both people are in red, they could get out and be in orange, but they have to do it all at the same time, because if one is falling behind, they have to really do everything they can to catch up quick, so that way they can get onto the journey that they need to get to. Okay. So Virgo, there could be 2 different things that are happening right now, and this is different pertaining to who you are. It's either going to be you're really thinking about the thought of celebrating with others, whether it's gathering, you miss the time of gathering with your friends or your others, or it could be that you're thinking about a third-party situation, meaning somebody that is outside of your relationship, and you're actually considering maybe if you would have some kind of success with that. So either you're feeling like this great need to like celebrate, go out with friends and family and do things together, or you have this great sensation of like, you know what, maybe I need to have a different relationship. I want to be out of my relationship. I want a new partner. Maybe I could keep this partner and have another one on the side. So it's either that or that feeling, but it's this feeling of like, I need to get out, I need to add more people to my life. So whether if it's you and your partner and you're adding more to celebrate with, you're going to do something so that way you don't feel alone. It's like you're really pushing yourself so that way you don't feel alone. But just really be careful so that when you are feeling alone, not to be too critical, because when when we are too critical, sometimes it can push others away from us, especially even though we're trying to hope for the best for them. We want them, we're trying to be logical and help them out and help them see everything that they need to see. But that could also create distance too. So just be aware of that. I have the Nine of Cups, crossing it. So what could be the issue? The issue is I have so many options. That's the issue. The issue is I could sit here and think about all these celebrations that I can do with these people, or I could go get all the love that I need. I could go and get all of this myself. So I just have this feeling like you're starting to be a little bit more confident in yourself, Virgo. Things are about to change a little bit. But I feel like you're starting to feel like this abundance within yourself. You're starting to get this like idea like, okay, I got this. I have the love that I need. I have the family that I need. I have the fulfillment that I need. Or it could be that that's not what you have and that's why it's crossing it. So whatever the case may be, there's a little bit of a switch up in the emotional level here. In the distant past, the strength card was reversed. You were like really suffering. You were really, really feeling alone, like you didn't have the strength that you needed, and you felt like misunderstood. And I really feel like you're going to start coming back into your power, or maybe you already have. I think that the strength was you deciding that you didn't want to leave the situation. Because I have the Six of Swords in reversed, and it's upside down, meaning either you're going to delay leaving, or you're just going to stay for now, or you're deciding to like, now I'm parking. Now I'm deciding that this is what I want to do. So it's either you were going through a frustrating time and you decided that you were going to stay, or it can mean you finally got to the destination that you needed to be and you don't need to travel anymore. So it could be a lot of that. On your frontal mind, on your focal mind, there's something that you really want to do, and it's the Knight of Wands. I think that there's some kind of fiery action that you want to take, maybe if it's in the romance department or in the finance department. When I say that, it's because the fire is passion. So like whatever you're passionate for, if you're passionate for your children, you're passionate for your finances, you're passionate for your lifestyle, you feel like you can't get towards that. You feel like there's some kind of pause, there's some kind of delay, there's some kind of like access that you don't have into, that you wish you can just kind of get inside of. In the near future, I see you making some kind of agreement, because I see the Three of Pentacles. I think things are going to start looking up a little bit better in the finance department, or even an agreement with your partner when it relates to making a contract or a connection with each other. There may be something that you may be signing on. Maybe you're going to, even if it's like a purchase of a car, a vehicle, or a house, it's a possibility that you and someone else will go somewhere to seal the deal of some sort, whether it's verbal, written, or whatever it is. Some kind of agreement is coming where you're going to be very pleased with the outcome. Okay, there's also something else that is hindering you. This may come about in the middle of the month. I have the King of Swords. King of Swords is usually either a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. They are in reverse. And when they are in reverse, that means that there could be some issues with this person particularly right now, whether they are a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius. If you don't have this person in your life right now, it's a very airy energy of wanting to communicate, but the communication has stopped. Meaning like whatever was understood before, there's a different understanding of that now. So maybe I feel like maybe there's a frustration either with this person or a frustration of inability to communicate. Because what I see is that you want to see this person flourish. There's a person in your life who you're talking to, and you're feeling like they're not focusing on flourishing. And what I want to do is I want to give you the reassurance that they actually are Virgo. They're very, very connected to having this kind of lifestyle where they have it all. It's very outside the box. It's very different than what you're thinking. But it has to be received and taken in a positive perspective, so that way you can gain access to this situation. But whatever the case may be, Make sure that the lines of communication are always open. If you need to speak to someone, speak about things, make sure that you do in a very less critical sense, but in a more loving way, because that will definitely help you guys further along your progress and see more abundance, especially when it comes to finances. Okay, right after that, I feel like you will feel less worried. You're going to have more of that confidence in the family life, because I see the Ten of Cups going in the middle to the end of the month. And Ten of Cups talks about having that family life where the family is talking together, they're happy together, they're visiting with each other, they're relating with one another. But it just has to do with you having to see that for yourself, to really see everything for what it is, and accept that there is actually some goodness in the situation that you have right now. I feel like, especially like towards the middle end of the month, you're gonna really start feeling like, whoa, my life is actually really good. Like, I have a really good family, I have things working for me, like I have a really good situation set up. And you're gonna start noticing that as time progresses too, Virgo. There were moments in your period of your life before where you may have felt like things were starting to crumble, but I think you started really realizing what it takes for you to put back the pieces back into your life. I have the Tower card reverse, meaning that it's not falling apart. People are not being thrown out anymore. That what we're going to do is we're going to break it all up. We're going to break it all into pieces. We're going to crumble this tower. We're going to bomb it. We're going to blow it up. And then we're going to put all the pieces back together and reconstruct a brand new house. You know, it could be the same people. They're alive. Everybody's fine. You know, maybe they were really being really crappy and shitty back in the day. But now that they've fallen to the floor, they've realized what is going on in their life. And you're going to get that sense when a person has fallen to the floor, how hard it is to rebuild their life. And this is going to be that month where you start really seeing a person rebuild their life, whether it's you or somebody that's very close to you. Okay. When it comes towards the end of July, you're going to see yourself a little bit walking away. You're going to feel like you're trapped, but you're not trapped. And this is a moment where your intuition is going to start picking up more. You're going to get a sense of more things. You're going to start understanding two ways of things. So you go through this process and start reminding yourself that this is a rebuild. This is a rebuild. And everything that happened was meant to happen for a reason. But when you start walking away, whether it's in the relationship that you have, the friendship that you have, or you're taking a break or a vacation away from people temporarily, you're hanging yourself for a while, but you notice that you're doing this yourself. You're going to come to an understanding that you're doing this yourself. And it's not going to come until you finally sit and actually really analyze and think about every situation, case, scenario. You're still going to feel split. You're still going to feel split, like, what is this, what is that? But this time period was meant to happen so that way you could really see what it takes to build, so you could really be strong. But what I want to tell you is there is a outside person here who's really trying to progress their life. So if you're worried about this, there's a person around you who's not taking care of the things that they need to do. I want you to be reassured that they are, but it's just very hard when there's a lot of critical talking. So make sure that you guys are positive to each other, helpful to each other, so that way you can build and program a new plan. Now, if you feel like it's completely impossible with that person, you can definitely step away. And when you do step away, you're going to realize more things, and then you're going to have something new to say. And if you're really stressed out, whether if it's like just for an hour, make sure that you walk away, please. Make sure you let that person know that they're safe, that you just need some time to think, so that way you're not yelling or being too critical. Have some time to really think about what you want to say and how that really affects others, because I think the outcome that you want will not help with being critical with certain people. Some people are just more emotional, you know? So that might help you too. But this concludes your July reading, Virgo. And what I want to tell you is this is going to be a very emotional, nurturing period. It could also be an overbearing, burdening feeling. By November, you're going to get a sense of the energy shifting completely different than the lifestyle that you have today. So if you guys look at the end of the month for the June readings, please go ahead and check out that too for all of the zodiacs. And as time progresses, I hope that you guys stay with me. I hope that you guys subscribe. I hope you share. I hope that you comment. I hope that everything, everything works out beautifully for you, and that you don't have any worries, and you just keep moving. You keep trucking, and people will get their shit together, and everybody will come together at the dinner table eventually, and you don't have to really worry too much. But all of that comes with patience. All of that comes with kindness. All of that comes also with reassurance sometimes too. And I really want to thank you guys for spending this time with me. I really do appreciate um, all the people that are watching this. And I really hope that it helps you be close to your family and your friends and all of the positive energy, because you guys really deserve it. You guys are really hard workers. You guys are so much amazing people. You guys really need to know that. Okay, so I will see you guys at the end of the month when I talk about the end of Cancer season going into the Leo season, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I want you to look forward to that. That's going to be very exciting. We're starting to almost get closer and closer to your season too. So I do notice that. I want to wish you guys the best. I love you so much. I will see you guys again soon.